I'm Sean Montiel.
I'm Montserrat Perez, and you're watching Cougar News Network.
Happy birthday, Franklin. See how the community came together to celebrate 30 years.
Honoring our veterans, the special performance given to all faculty and staff who have served in the military.
Bésame. And the inner workings of Franklin's very own mariachi group.
Franklin is celebrating the 30th anniversary.
The school opened back in 1993, and to honor this milestone, a huge tailgate was held before the final varsity football game of the season.
Many people from the community came to Franklin Thursday, November 2nd to participate in the festivities. Everyone from alumni to students to teachers were present for the event. Free food and games were offered by school clubs and organizations. Astronomy teacher Mr. C.M. April is an alumni of Franklin. He says it's great to be back at the place where he graduated.
I like to see the success of certain programs, just see how the school has grown and improved over the days.
English teacher Mr. Cesar Carmona sponsors the Improv Club. He says Franklin is a special place in El Paso.
I'm a firm believer that great schools equal great communities, and this is one of the best communities in the entire county, and it's because of Franklin and what it does for us in this area.
Following the tailgate, Franklin took on El Dorado for the final game of the varsity football season. We'll have a recap of the game coming up in sports. There are several teachers at Franklin who have worked here for nearly 3 decades since the inception of the school.
Reporter Paul Gomez spoke with teachers and shares what their time at Franklin has been like and how the school has changed over the years.
Franklin High School celebrates its 30th anniversary. Several teachers have been part of the Cougar community for more than 2 decades.
I'm the one that's been here one of the longest times.
As Franklin celebrates its 30th anniversary, we are revisiting the history of the school through the eyes of those who were present.
It's interesting in going through different administrations, having different assistant principals. All of that puts a different spin onto it.
Out of our wonderful faculty, only a few remain after many years. They share their memories from Franklin's early days.
I have been a class sponsor, so I really enjoy that. I like doing all the decorating stuff.
I was 25 when I started, so I was pretty young, and now a lot of my ex-swimmers are my friends, and so that's been an added benefit.
Swim coach Polly Perry is the only original teacher left from Franklin's opening in 1993. Miss Perry shares some experiences from her time.
It's really interesting. I get to see them grow from freshman to senior year. I've enjoyed every minute, and all the classes I've had, everyone has been different, every student, all the teams that I've had have been special and different, and I don't compare one to another. I don't really look back. I mean, I've been very blessed to have some very good athletes that have come here.
U.S. history teacher Miss Strelzin joined the Franklin Cougar community in high school. She was part of the first graduating class in 1997. She returned to Franklin in 2001 as a teacher.
I was part of National Honor Society. I was part of Student Council and our class council. We had the first parade. I love that Franklin proves time and time again that we are an exceptional school at all different levels.
Ms. Strelzin describes her experience as a student, then transferring to be a faculty member.
As a student, you're in your own little world. It's about you. It's about your grades. It's about what you are seeking to accomplish beyond school. It's a little bit more of a selfish time because it's about you. Whereas as a teacher, it's not about me. It's about my students. It's about ensuring that they are getting a great education.
Mr. Carthy is one of our longest staying members at Franklin. He describes the shift in technology that occurred over the decades.
So many tedious things that we don't have to do anymore. I would say technology is the biggest change, and it's mostly been a plus. Of course, there's a downside, to technology.
Franklin's had a variety of principals throughout the years. Our first principal, John Doran, who served as principal from 1993 to 1997, and his successors has had an immense impact at Franklin. Coach Perry gives some insight on our former principals.
Mr. Doran and then Mrs. Jordan, then Mrs. Gasway, then we had an interim, then we had Miss Mena, and now of course we have Miss Bowser. They all have been amazing principals, and so we've been very blessed at Franklin.
One of our longest remaining teachers, Miss Falco, describes how it is to be part of our Cougar community.
I really enjoy it. My daughter was a Franklin Cougar. She was on my debate team. A lot of relationships with students who, I'm still related to through like Facebook.
Franklin has had a vibrant history and there's still so much more to come. This is Paul Gomez reporting.
Monday afternoon gave passerbys a fun surprise.
The U.S. Army Band put on a short show in the main courtyard to celebrate the upcoming Veterans Day.
It was a cool yet sunny Monday morning when preparation began for this year's Veterans Day celebration. Monday afternoon gave passerbys a very fun surprise as the U.S. Army Band put on their own little short show in the main courtyard to celebrate the upcoming holiday. Organized by Giselle Picorni, students were able to sit down during lunch and enjoy a brief, yet entertaining jazz performance. They played their own renditions of everything from pop songs to hip-hop and R&B classics. Ms. Picorni speaks to the process of setting up the event.
This band is a professional musician band. It tours all over the United States, so they were completely booked until next year, but they did an exception for the Franklin Cougars. Oh yes, it was a success. A lot of comments from different people saying that they appreciated the veterans. Definitely made some comments.
Frontman of the band, Sergeant Brent Kelly, speaks to the importance of Veterans Day and his own experiences in the U.S. Army Band.
I wanted to join the Army Band to serve my country, and also my passion is music. So I studied music in college. After college, I wasn't quite sure what to do. I tried a few different jobs, but I knew I wanted to play music, and the Army gave me that opportunity. It's been a lot of fun. There are some times that seemed a little stressful, for example, basic training. But overall, it's very fun. I like how I can stay in shape. I'm always exercising. I'm always on my feet.
Students responded positively to the performance, and everybody looked like they had a blast. Sean Montiel, Cougar News Network.
In their third year running, Franklin's very own award-winning mariachi band continues to improve their craft.
Reporter Diego Valadez explores the inner workings of the mariachi band Estrella del Oeste.
Franklin's mariachi group, the Estrella del Oeste band, is traveling around El Paso showing off their skills. They performed at Frisco Friday in downtown El Paso. They also performed at the El Paso Chihuahuas game for the EPISD Mariachi Night, where they were joined by other mariachi groups in the district. The group is led by director Mr. Mike Hernandez.
Basically, the group is, here to promote the culture of mariachi music and compete in the state level contests, and also provide the community with musical services throughout the year.
The mariachi group doesn't only play around El Paso though. They also compete in multiple different state competitions.
The state contests are really exciting. The mariachis all over Texas are really good. They're at a professional level, so we need to go with our A game, and we're always trying to get the best of the best here at Franklin so that we can go and represent the campus, represent the EPISD school district, and do well.
The mariachi program itself is now entering its third year. It is an elective here at Franklin. Anyone in any grade is welcome to take the class after trying out. Asad Shows is the main male singer for the mariachi group. He also plays guitar. He says he was excited to learn about Franklin's Mariachis program since he's had an interest in the craft since he was young.
I started mariachi a long time ago when I was 4 years old maybe. So when I heard about in my freshman year that mariachi was a thing in Franklin, I came rushing in.
Asad encourages anyone who's interested to give it a try.
You get to meet so many people here, not just in school, famous mariachis. It's really fun. It's really hard to play, to sing, but once you get it, it's such a nice experience.
Jaden Gant is a guitarón player for the Estrella del Oeste band, and the energy and talent he brings to mariachi shines every time they perform.
I play the guitarón, so it's like almost like the bass, it's like what brings it together, and it's just like that good feeling knowing that when everybody does it all and we're just in sync and it's perfect, it's just that click of like, whoa. We're good.
He's extremely passionate about mariachi and the music and recommends it to everyone.
I know before I joined mariachi, I used to think like, what is this? Like, I never really used to like mariachi until I actually joined it, or understood and really just had that flow of the music. And I'm like, whoa, that's completely different.
The Estrella del Oeste band can even be booked for private events. You can find that information on their website, fhsmariachi.com. This is Diego Valadez reporting.
Hey Cougars, I'm Marco Cervantes and here's a look at your Franklin sports. What an ending to varsity football's team season as they cap off the season with a win after celebrating senior night with an amazing fireworks show during halftime. What a night as the Franklin Cougars win against El Dorado 48-40, with Chase Smith recording 4 touchdown runs and 1 passing touchdown. And Atreyu de la Riva with 1 more rushing touchdown for the Cougars, and the defense ending the game with an interception to end the season off with a win. We were able to interview Chase Smith to tell us what it meant to win the last game of the season and also to win his last game with Franklin.
Feels good, just coming out fighting, and getting a dub like that, against a very good team like El Dorado. So I mean, it feels really good to go out with a bang like that. So I'm really appreciative for my teammates and my coaches and my family coming to support.
Varsity girl basketball kicks off the season at home with a win against Clint 89-42 and with another win against Hanks 79-74 to start 2-0 on the 2023-2024 season. That's all the sports for this week, Cougars. Now to hand it off to Diego Valadez for our weekly weather report.
Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly weather report. On Monday we'll begin at high 62 and a low 48 with slightly cloudy weather. On Tuesday we'll begin at high 64 and a low 45 with cloudy but sunny weather. On Wednesday we'll begin at high 69 and a low 45 with some cloudy but sunny weather. On Thursday we'll be looking at high 70 and a low 48 with cloudy weather. Friday at high 71 and a low 54 with cloudy weather. And Saturday at high 71 and low 53 with cloudy weather. Every day should be expected with a little slight chance of rain. And thank you for watching. I'm Diego Valadez.
That's all for this week, Cougars. I'm Montserrat Perez.
And I'm Sean Montiel, and as always, thank you for watching Cougar News Network.